We're approaching the Easter holiday and you might be thinking, I haven't started revising for my GCSEs or my A-levels, what am I going to do? I'm doomed. But fear no more, because I'm going to help you out and I'm going to be teaching you my ways of how you can cram for your exam. Hey guys, it's Mahel here, and today I'm going to be taking you through my favourite ways to cram for an exam. This did work partially for GCSEs, although I did leave it a bit too late. However, it also did work for my IFS exam, which is one of my 3 A-levels, and I got an A star in that, and I'm going to explain to you how I did that. Firstly, I am a A-level student in year 13 right now, and I am doing 2 A-levels plus an IFS diploma, which is an A-level equivalent. So it is still 3 A-levels technically, and I have a conditional offer for the University of Nottingham, which is where I want to go, and that is ABB. And I can get an A in IFS and 2 Bs from 2 A-levels, or I can get a B in 2 A-levels and an a B in IFS rather. For my IFS exam, which I got an A star in, I actually had crammed the night before. I didn't actually look at any of the content beforehand. I literally only got to about unit 2 out of 7 in terms of revision, and then I thought, this is taking way too long, I'm bored, and then I stopped, and then I thought, oh shit, my exam's coming up. So then the night before I crammed and I did an all-nighter, walked straight into the exam knowing what I should need to know, and it worked. I'm going to take you through tip number 1 on how to cram for your exams, which is make flashcards. The reason I say make flashcards, and you've probably heard this everywhere, if you've been browsing through the student room or anywhere else, if your teachers have said make flashcards, believe me, they're right. You should make flashcards. If you're really that close to the exam and you don't have time to make flashcards, we're going to get into another step later on. However, if you have, let's say, a week or 2 before your exam, or right now there's about 2 months till my first exam, which is an AS resit, then I can make flashcards because there isn't enough time. And I would still consider this cramming, considering with A-levels it is a 2-year course, and well, now I've only got 2 months. And with GCSEs, it is a bit easier because you don't need to apply your knowledge so much. You literally just need to state your knowledge. Whereas in A-levels, you need to be able to show that you can apply your knowledge. The reason I say make flashcards is because you may have pages and pages of notes in a notepad, and you may have been using a textbook like this to make your notes, and that is a business textbook. However, with flashcards, you are forced to put it onto a little A5 sheet, and with it being little, you need to condense your information, and that means picking out what you think is the most important bits of information to put on that flashcard. This is very useful because when you have a little bit amount of information and you have the key parts, you can teach it to yourself quite easily by learning each flashcard, and it's not so much to learn in the sense that, let's say even for example, you had knowledge that you struggled with, put that onto a flashcard rather than knowledge that you know, and then you just keep repeating it to yourself, testing yourself by flipping the flashcard, see if you know it. For example, if I wrote down on my page that mobile banking is useful because you don't need to go to a physical branch and you can access it from anywhere in the world on a mobile device, then that would be something that I'd put on one side of the flashcard. I turn it around onto the blank side. I then maybe write down somewhere what was on that flashcard, and then if I got it right, then I'll obviously provide myself some sort of incentive, although to me my grades and getting into Nottingham is my incentive. However, other people may reward themselves with 1 chocolate bar or something like that. Flashcards make you put really concise information onto them, and therefore you will be getting your key information, which is good because the key information is what's needed rather than the waffle that you get in some textbooks. For example, religious studies, when I used to do that, there was a lot of just talking and it's very opinionated, whereas there were also some facts, like straight hard facts, and that's what you want. Especially in business textbook, you'll have some bullet points with just straight facts, and that's the sort of information you need rather than the explanation as such. Even if there is an explanation, using the flashcards you can put it down to 1 simple sentence, and this is why I do like flashcards, and I will use them for my upcoming media exam because I'll be able to use media theories and terminology onto those flashcards. Now, as previously mentioned, that flashcards are something you should do if you have some time, but then if you're only a few days out from your exam, what I recommend you do, and this is what I did for my IFS exam, I did an all-nighter. Took a lot of caffeine, but it worked. I just passed out almost after my exam, but I retained the information for the exam, and now I just don't know the information, but that doesn't matter because the exam's been sat. What I did was I made a cramming Word document for each topic. So what this is that you'll go into each topic, you'll make bullet points, only bullet points of key information from the topic, and you put it onto one page, just one page. And then obviously you got to fit what you can onto that one page, and then when you have done that, you just go through the information, you just repeat it to yourself, keep repeating it, keep testing yourself until you literally memorize each thing on that page. For example, I wrote down 5 things. I'd keep trying to remember those 5 things in order, because also remembering it in order, you're still drilling it into your head. Later on, even if you don't remember the things in order, chances are you'll remember what those 5 things were. And that is really useful for your exams, because you have the knowledge drilled in your head, and then in the exam, when you're a bit like low on time and you didn't really have enough time to practice as such, you should still be able to apply using the knowledge that you know, which is better than not knowing the knowledge and then not knowing how to apply. The third one is to watch or listen to videos. Currently, I go to the gym every day, and my plan is to download some videos from Taking a Biz and Tutor to You for business, because business has a lot of videos on the A level, and then just listen to them as I do an incline walk on the treadmill. So this is very useful because whilst I'm exercising, which is something I already do in my routine, I'll now be able to actually revise as well. Even if I'm not sinking in all of the information, like I said, something is better than nothing. And because you'll be going over the information so many times anyways, at this point we are still 3 months out from my business exam, then because I'll be going over it through the videos, through my textbook, from my own notes, exam papers, every little bit adds up. And then soon you'll be able to know how to, the information on the actual topics as well as the application. However, like I said, if you're a few days out, watching videos is still good, because even if you don't have time to really memorize it all, that one piece of information could turn out to be very useful in your exam. Number 4, this is going to be very difficult actually, but it's still possible because GCSEs and A-levels have been updated recently, especially with A-levels. I'm on a new business course, so there's only one past paper I believe, but read through past paper mark schemes. Look at a question that the past papers are asking. They do usually repeat themselves because again, the knowledge is the same, it's just the questions are usually worded differently. And then you just look at the mark scheme, usually good mark schemes at least, give you bullet points of what the answers are, and just memorize those answers, because then let's say the question comes up, even if it's not explicitly about that question, you might be able to apply the knowledge. For example, if I got asked about business theory like Blake Mouton's grid, I could use that if I knew what the advantages and disadvantages were. Like even if it didn't ask specifically for Blake Mouton, you might be able to apply it to another question. And therefore, by going through the actual past papers and their mark schemes, this is one way to easily learn the information as it's already laid out for you. You don't have to lay it out yourself, whereas you do with flashcards. Now the last one is very important because this is how you're actually going to remember your information. Sleep. I recommend at least 8 hours of sleep. Some days I get 12, I mean it's quite a lot, but at 8 is the minimum. At the very least get 6, but I wouldn't go any below that, because when I go for 6 hours even, I don't even feel like I'm performing to my greatest degree. And like I said, I cram for my IFS exam, so let's say you're in a situation where you really do need to cram, plan your cramming a day in advance. So what I mean is you will sleep in the day, you'll wake up at nighttime, you act as if nighttime is your daytime, you revise as much as you can, you go to the exam with the information fresh in your mind, and then after the exam just go home and sleep. And then although your sleep schedule might be a bit like fucked up, but you will be able to sort that out later. And this will work if you've got space in between your exams, and if you don't have space in between your exams, then I just recommend just sleeping after learning the information and on normal schedule. So work in the day, sleep at night. Otherwise, if you've got space, then you can afford to sleep in the day, revise all the way through the night, walk into the exam in the morning if you have a morning exam, sit the exam with the information fresh in your mind, and then straight after the exam, it doesn't matter if you've remembered the information or not, you've sat the exam, just go to sleep. Chances are you won't even remember any of it after you've woken up, but like I said, the information is already on that paper, so does it really matter? No, it does not. That is it for my how to cram for exams video. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, it's @MahelX. On Instagram, it's @MahelKhan. My social links will be in the description below. It really does help me. YouTube right now, I am not a partner because of their new policies, so I need to grow as much as I can on other social media platforms as well. So Instagram and Twitter are in the description. Let me know what else you want to see from me. Those were my 5 tips on how to revise for an exam with short time. So if you want to really cram, then those are my ways of doing so. Again, comment below what you want to see, or even just tweet me @MahelX. Send me what you want to see. More videos are going to come. Obviously, I have my own A-levels in over 2 months, which makes it really hard for me to upload. However, I'm going to try and upload as much as I can. I think I'm going to make a return to YouTube. I'm not sure yet, but this is just a video that I've done because I'm now set for the Easter holidays, which is 2 weeks, and I'm taking the rest of this week off to just relax. So I thought I might as well make a video related to what I am currently doing. I may make an update video in the future as well to say what I am doing on a broader scale. But yeah, this has been Mahel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.